My name is Jason, and I'm here from Experiences in Channeling to give a brief talk, just a really quick one. I just wanted to share some stuff that my guides were talking about. And so this is just going to be a real short one. Just wanted to come on and share it. Felt like it was important. So, what my guides were sharing was about the idea of beginnings and endings. So I guess I can take this off here. So yeah, just talking about beginnings and endings. So what is a beginning and what is an ending? So right now on our world at this moment, for example, in my world, there are many things that seem to be beginning. There are many anniversaries, like just around me. There's the 20th anniversary of this place and the 30th anniversary of this, and all of these events are happening, and it seems like it's a very eventful time in that sense. I mean, in a private way and also in a very public way. The rest of the world, there a lot of things are happening all at once. And but what my guides were talking about was the importance of understanding beginnings and endings. So what is a beginning and what is an ending? So when I was studying music composition, my teacher, Nicholas Mall, when I would bring in music. So when you study composition, it sounds like a weird thing to people who don't study it. So I'll explain. So you want to write music, right? And how do you write music? We have this idea that music just comes out of nowhere, that Mozart was just kind of like playing pool and writing symphonies and all of these stories that historians create. But the actual process of writing music is a process of discovery, and so you'll get an inspiration, you'll get a melody or a rhythm or an idea, and you'll get snippets of music. That's usually how it works. Rarely does the whole piece come down all at once, and sometimes it does, but rarely. So you'll get a snippet of music. You'll be humming this tune all day, and you'll come home and you just start playing it on the piano, and you're like, oh, and everyone around you's like, why does this guy keep singing? What's wrong with him? And he must have ADHD or something. It's like, no, I'm composing. uh, so yeah, sorry. So about to go into a dad joke, so I have to avoid those. So that's what it is. You get you get a download basically of music and a snippet of music, and I would bring in my music. Like every week you go to the composition lessons and you show him, all right, so this is what I'm doing. You put it up on the piano, and then he's like, okay, play it for me, and I would play, okay, so this is what I'm thinking about, and this is what I'm hearing in my head. And he would say, oh, that's nice, that doesn't sound like beginning music. This is not the beginning of a piece, this is the middle. This is definitely the middle. Or some days I'd come in and he said, this is the ending of a piece. And I thought, what the heck is he talking about? How does he know that? This could be the beginning, who knows? But the more I grew and the more I learned as a musician, I realized exactly what he's talking about, what beginning music is and what middle music and ending music is. And so oftentimes I usually get the middle of a piece or the ending of a piece. And then I have to figure out how to create the story around that little snippet of music, how to create a beginning and an ending, and how to introduce it. Because just on itself, it would sound fine, it would sound nice, but there would be no kind of rhyme or reason, and you wouldn't really understand the beauty of it. You need the build up to it to really see why it's important, or why I saw it was important. I see it, but to express it to someone else, you need some of the beginning, and you need a middle, and you need an end. So it's just like a story. And so this is what we're in at the moment. So many people are seeing this time that we're in as a beginning time. A lot of people who are not aware of the energy are just seeing a lot of things happening. Like, this is it. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. But before you begin something new, something has to end. And so what my guide said is we're actually in an ending time. This is an ending time. The beginning will happen after the ending. You first have to end something to begin something. And so many people are rushing out, starting up these big new things, big businesses, and this, oh yeah, we're going to do this thing, and it's just important to understand that things are kind of wrapping up at the moment. This is just the wrap up of a lot of elements of the third dimension, and then we're approaching a new paradigm, but things need to be wrapped up first. And so for me, I sometimes find it in my town, all these different people who are doing all these things. It's just like, it's great, it's wonderful. I mean, I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm a little bit like hesitant, like, maybe you should just take a step back. This isn't the time to jump full, headlong into all kinds of things. It's the time. It's like a winter time on our planet at the moment, in the sense that it's not the time to kind of go out partying at the beach and like, yeah, and starting up all these great new things and all this kind of stuff. No, this is a time of turning inside, of learning new things, of reading and getting to know yourself and getting. So it's a good time to start learning more and improving yourself. This is a time where you're kind of gathering your energy for the ending and then also the new beginning. So I guess that's what so it's not really a time of it's not a solar time. It's more of a lunar time, I guess, in that sense. It's more internal. And that's what my guides were saying. And they were saying that, there'll be a lot of opportunities that will come up, and there have been this year, like a lot of musical opportunities and just pop up out of nowhere. And my usual default state is to say yes, 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 yes to everything. I'm the yes man. Hey. But I have to be very careful, and that's what they're saying. Just understand that this is, so you don't want to take on something too big. You want to make sure that excuse me, that you're yeah, that you're just understanding that this time that we're in is a, hold on a second, understanding that this time that we're in is a quickening time. This is a transition time. It's not, it's a transition to an ending. So understanding the nature of that, but it feels like something new, and that's what a lot of people are picking up on. They're, something new's happening, yeah, and then this is the opening up of our society after the big close down, the big lockdown, all that kind of stuff, and so a lot of people are finally kind of mentally, a lot of people mentally were still in that phase, and they're finally opening up. But so the important thing to remember, though, is it's not it's not that. It's not like, yay, everything's back to normal. Ho, ho. We're still in this transition period. And so I see a lot of people, and I just hope, I'm like, I hope you don't, you're putting a lot of energy in this thing. And I just don't want to see, I don't want to see you feeling, sad or disheartened. This is a time where we need all the hope we can get. So, and that's another reason why it's good not to jump into too many things. I mean, little things are fine, but just, this is not 2019, 2018, where the world's like going nuts and everyone's just jumping crazy and doing all kinds of different things. It's not that time. It's a quiet time. So I just wanted to share that because I thought it was really important. I mean, especially for me, because it's been happening in my life, and I'm having to understand that. It is definitely a time in the world of tying up loose ends, of getting your stuff together. My guides keep telling, they don't say stuff. They said, get your, I can't say it here probably, but they like to curse a lot when they mean it. But they're just like, get your S together. And so that's what I've been trying to do. Yeah, I'm going to go into a channeling about that. Before I do, I just want to share, hold on, my shirt here. Hold on, I'm going to move the mic. Okay, so check this out. This is, you see it? So that's, I just wanted to share, this is my cousin. He passed away a few years ago, and, but he was a really, really interesting guy. Very, very unique guy, and with a heart full of love. And, but, yeah, and he was a tree for a while. Actually, he came back to me after he passed, and he was a big tree. Like, what's the name? The Guardians of the Galaxy character, Grok, I think his name is. No, that's the AI. What is his name? Groot. Yeah, Groot, like Groot, except really, really huge. And you look up and you say, "Oh, hey, Brandon," and he's like 50 feet tall, and, "Hey, how you doing down there?" So, anyway, just wanted to share. I like this shirt. So yeah, I'm going to go into a channeling and ask if they can add anything to this idea or give some more insight into beginnings and endings. So here we go. Yes, we're here. We are Yeshua. And what we would like to bring forward today is yes, this is a time of beginnings and endings because you are slowly moving into this new realm. So, as this being was expressing that this is a time, yes, of an ending of an old time, but what we would share that in this sense, similarly to his idea of music composition, when something is ending, it is also beginning as well. And this is something that might be a bit confusing, but the concept is that even with music, even with stories, when they are ending, they are also beginning, and when they are beginning, they are also ending. There is this continuous phase. There are these continuous loops, these things that are spiraling, and there are beginnings within endings, and endings with beginnings, and middles that are endings, and endings that are middles. And it's important to understand that in this time, especially this time, that all of the different parts are so hard for all of you to understand and to see all of the moving parts and understand what means what. And this is a very, very important time for all of you to feel everything out, to feel it out, feel everything. So when an opportunity, when something comes your way, feel into that opportunity. Does it feel like home? Does it feel right? Does it settle in your heart in the right way? Choose that. Choose things that feel right. If something feels good, but it feels off. Gives you too much energy. You feel so excited that you almost feel manic. Look into that energy. It's very, very important to look into that energy. This is a time when many things are happening very, very quickly. And it is a time where many are making snap decisions about many different things because time is so short. But we would say that even if you're making those snap decisions, it's important to jump into your heart and see how your heart feels. Does your heart feel at peace? Does your heart feel at peace when you are given this opportunity, when you think about this opportunity? Those are the opportunities that are not built on sand. Those are the opportunities that are built on strong foundations. If it feels like something is a little bit off, if you feel like, I don't feel perfectly right about this, question that, look into that, and understand that that is your guidance telling you that. Because at this time, there are many things that are slowly beginning, but this is a time of small beginnings. This is a time of a big ending. Within the big ending, there are small beginnings. They are the hints of a new beginning. And so to look at that as well, to understand that within this ending time, that there are these small beginnings. This is not a time of grand beginnings, small beginnings. This is the time of planting the seeds and watering them and giving them the nutrition they need to grow. All right, that sounds good. All right, so thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are hopeful, and I hope that was helpful. And yeah, so ciao for now.